Welcome to Grit on the Rocks podcast, the show where we talk legacy and leadership and the kind of life that you don't apologize for living in, right? It's Monday, people, and I know what you're thinking. Another week, more pressure, more bills, maybe more battles. But let me hit you up with something right out of the gate. You woke up. You opened up your eyes and you took a breath, even though you were breathing when you were sleeping, but you know what I mean. And that means that you still got time on the clock. And if you have time, then you have opportunity. So stop complaining and start conquering. This is Grit on the Rocks, a Buenos Dias Media production.
This podcast is a Buenos Dias Media production.
This is the Grit on the Rocks podcast, where raw conversations meet smooth sips. Pull up a chair, pour your favorite drink, puff on your favorite cigar, and join us as we dive into the convos that matter. No scripts, no barriers, just unfiltered truth served straight up. Cheers to the real ones out there. Salud.
Yeah. Let's get this show started. It is Monday, people. Yes, it is Monday. So I constantly see how people on social media complain about the rich and how they are the devil. But the truth is that when you look at a lot of these people, and I'm not going to say all, but I am going to say a lot of these people that live in this eternal complaining, if you notice, they're the same ones that do nothing to change their current situation. They just want to blame everything else for their situation and just blame everyone and everything else aside themselves and refuse to take any accountability. So I come here to encourage you to take a leap and begin changing your mindset, right? Let's start this week off changing our mindset, adapting some of these behaviors of the so-called rich. And when I say that, doesn't mean that, money's going to come flying to you. That's not what I'm saying at all. But living a fruitful life, a peaceful life, a positive life, most times has nothing to do with finances. And granted, when we adapt these mindsets, we will begin to see a positive change in life. Because the truth is that how we do one thing is how we do everything. And little changes add up. So when we adapt these positive behaviors, we try to change our mindset, that starts reflecting on everything else in our life because we start adapting that discipline to everything else in our life. So let's take a dive into this.
The views and opinions expressed by the host, guest, and/or participants of this show do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Buenos Dias Media LLC, its associates, partners, and show sponsors. The content is intended for entertainment purposes and should not be construed as professional advice. Listener discretion is advised.
So let's be clear, right? Motivation isn't a lightning bolt from the heavens. It's a choice. It's a mindset. You don't wait to feel motivated. You act, and motivation shows up after. Sometimes, we have this mentality growing. I know I did growing up. Mentality, is that I don't feel motivated, and when I get the motivation, I'm gonna do it. But the truth is that when we act, motivation then follows. You don't brush your teeth because you're excited. You do it because it's a standard, and that's how success works too. You move like a man with a mission, and everything else falls in line. You hit the gym not because you feel like it, but because weak men don't lead. You show up at the job not because it's your dream. Some of you might be in your dream job right now, but most aren't. So you don't show up at your job because it's your dream, but because your kids need a roof, and one day you'll buy the building. You discipline yourself today so you don't regret it tomorrow. And every time You walk into a room, your reputation arrives before your body does. Because truth be told, your name is a brand. What does your name say about you when you're not around? Is it soft and forgettable or strong and unshakable? This week, I want you to protect your name like it's your last dollar. Your name should be built on consistency, grit, honor, and execution. Because the truth is, people will follow the man who gets it done, not the one who just talks about doing it. You talk to some people and you hear about how they're going to, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to check that, and I'm going to, and they just talk about it. And leaders do, then talk about it. So put your name on excellence this week, even in the small stuff, especially in the small stuff. Before we continue this, let's take a quick break to hear from one of our supporters.
Looking to connect with like-minded men who share your drive for success and passion for the finer things in life? Welcome to the Apex Gentlemen's Guild, a private members club for men who value ambition, camaraderie, giving back, and personal growth. For a limited time while we're fully remote, you can join the guild for free. Gain access to tons of motivational content, exclusive events, insightful discussions, and a network of high-performance individuals. Don't miss this chance to elevate your social circle. Request to join today at facebook.com/groups/Apex Gentlemen's Guild, or give us a like at facebook.com/Apex Gentlemen's Guild. The Apex Gentlemen's Guild, excellence forged in unity.
All right, and we are back. This is Grit on the Rocks podcast. I'm your host, David, and today we're talking about getting up and getting it, right? Not living in that constant complaining and the politics and the president and the city and the country, whatever, right? It's everyone else's fault except for ours. And today we're talking about that, just getting up, getting it, adapting these small changes to our mindset, and we will see some positive changes in our life. So pain is proof that you're growing. You want a smooth life, you're going to stay average. That's just the bottom line. But if you're comfortable, that is also a trap. But if you're uncomfortable, you're on the right track. Pressure creates diamonds. Fire forges steel. And struggle, that's the gym for your soul. Your paycheck might not reflect your worth yet. Your business might still be crawling. You might be tired of carrying the weight of people who don't see your vision. But let me tell you something. Men like you that is listening to this podcast, you don't quit. You adapt. You evolve. You endure. And then one day, you own the damn mountain. So if life feels heavy right now, that means you're lifting something that matters. Think about that. Everything worth having takes time, takes work, takes struggle, takes pain. So are you going to live in accountability or are you going to live in excuses? Excuses are a luxury item for men who already quit. Winners don't blame traffic, the economy, their childhood, or their ex. They own their story. They take responsibility even for things that weren't their fault. And why, you ask? Because control belongs to the man who accepts ownership. This week, I want you to hold yourself to a higher standard. Don't lower your life to meet your mood. Elevate your discipline to meet your destiny. So, here's your Monday mission. Pick one hard thing. The workout, the phone call, the habit you've been dodging. And I want you to do it before noon, before those excuses creep in, before your brain talks to you out of it. And always finish what you start. That's how trust is built between you and yourself. If nobody tells you this week, let me be the first to tell you, I am proud of you. I'm proud of you for showing up. I'm proud of you for pushing through and for becoming the man you were meant to be. So this has been Grit on the Rocks, our Monday type motivation, or man motivation Monday, whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to put something positive out there. I want you to go out there and, take the hits and make the moves. And remember that comfort is a lie. Sacrifice is the truth, and greatness is earned starting on Mondays. So let's get after it. Remember to keep your spirits high, your glass is full, your cigar is lit, and your conversations meaningful. This is Grit on the Rocks podcast, a Buenos Dias media production. I'm your host, David. Until next time, cheers.
Grit on the rocks tonight, men with hearts like iron bars, tackling life's endless fight, scars becoming stars, diving deep into the void, working dreams like candy, family bonds sometimes destroyed, like fate always handy. Real men, real issues here, facing fears like storms at sea. Truth is all we hold dear, weakness set free. Help a battle we all share, fitness built with grit and sweat. Life ain't always fair, don't you dare forget. Challenges rise like mountains tall, through the haze we crawl alone. Echoes in the empty hall, our struggles carved in stone. Voices lost in loud cruel, but we rise and scream our names. Swords of truth forever hurled in this podcast game. Health a battle we all share, fitness built with grit and sweat. Life ain't always fair, don't you dare forget. Health a